The frontier life gave birth to rodeo as we know it today. Ranch work evolved into rodeo, but unlike roping and bronc bustin', which were part of everyday ranch life, bull riding was born in the arena, and it's come a long way. An event unto itself, punctuated by fireworks, special effects, and heart-stopping rock and roll. Bullbustin is wild and reckless, the ultimate death-defying challenge. Cody Snyder's world champion bullbustin from the Edmonton Agricom. Welcome to the most dangerous sport in North America. The man behind the show is the former Canadian and world champion Cody Snyder. These events, Cody, are bringing bull riders out of the woodwork. Are the stock contractors able to meet the demand?
Oh, they're more than meeting the demand, Russ. The pen of bulls here we had has been awesome. They rode trick or treat the other night for 86 points. 2 90-point rides last night. The bulls have just been awesome, and they're just keep upgrading their herds and keep bringing them good bulls, and that's what we need to make these events work.
It's going to be exciting. Working with us, as usual, the renowned rodeo announcer. He's second to none, Bob Tallman.
Thanks, Russ. Thanks, Cody. Hang on, everybody. We're going to let you dip your wick in the danger zone 8 seconds at a time right now. If you've never watched Cody Snyder's Bullbustin, welcome. A little bit of hell in 8 seconds can change your life. What you want to see here is the end of it. Try never to be in this position, no matter how great the bullfighters are. You got a ton of fun, gonna walk on you, hook you, pull your guts from the inside, leave them laying on the outside. And the worst part of it is blood, sweat, and dirt. It all mixes together. No matter how you try to be safe, there is no safe spot. Every corner of the ring's gonna punch you back. And it's a ton to be stepped on by. Watch this. Don't try it. Buy a ticket. You're safer. Welcome to the Bullbustin.
Okay, Bob, these rides were the pick of the first round. The former world champion and model cowboy ambassador Cody Custer, Wickenburg, Arizona. He's 82 points on Tough Stuff. Tough, but not too tough for Custer. His brother Mark chose pro hockey. Matt Brecky took another route, one with at least as many bumps, bruises, and broken bones. His timing was good on clockwise, 84-point ride. Boxer, bull rider, all-around Aussie, Troy Dunn from North Queensland. 87 points on game face. Dunn, he'll be one to watch in the final. Brad Link of Caroline, he could be the best of the new breed of bull rider in Canada. Mark him 87.5 on Quickway. And leading the qualifiers into the showdown round, Quinn Franklin Amar Wayne had to work that free hand hard to stay in control, but he did for 89 on Fear No Evil. Bob, for the average fan that's watching an event like this, wants to know how you guys score a ride, what should they watch for?
Well, Russ, I guess in the riding events and with the bull riding here, we look for a degree of difficulty in the animal. We look for power, speed, size, changing direction, getting in the air. Spinning bull that gets in the air and kicks, that has what we call elevation, shows power. A flat spinning bull is a good marking bull, but he won't be marked as high as a bull that gets in that air and kicks.
And a rider who stays up over that rope and sits straight up, I guess, is going to get your attention too.
Right. Control, I guess, like sitting up straight, staying on your rope, control with your feet, having a hold of the animal with your feet, nice posture, and on your rope.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a little taste of it. We're going to give you the whole meal deal in a minute, right after this. When we talk about the final round lineup, the guys that have drawn up in this position are going to have their hands full. Talking about the bulls, 8 seconds at a time is a standard. But the bulls like High Tech, Eldorado, Q91, Hatchet, all these bulls, these are rippers, Cody, rippers.
We've got a rank pen of bulls here, Bob. I don't think I've ever seen a ranker pen of bulls in my life. But in the same token, we've got some of the greatest bull riders in the world, former world champions, Cody Custer, former Australian world champion Troy Dunn. Great bulls, great bull riders. It's going to be great watching.
Well, the pride of a rodeo producer can be heard right now with Russ.
Kevin, tell me about the bull.
Eldorado's been rode, and one was Troy Dunn last year. Rodeo Royal was 89 on him, and Brad Link rode him for 89 or 90 at CFR last year. And he got rode 3 times last year, and that was the first time in 3 years he'd been rode. And he's really been strong. He goes every weekend. Everywhere we go, he goes.
And White Lightning?
He's just a neat little bull. They ride him once in a while. They're always in the high 80s and 90s, and he's pretty neat. He bucks a lot of guys off. He's underrated. That last bull, Slam Dunk's a 5-year-old bull that was raised in our breeding program, and he's been really strong in the last 2 years. They were 87 on him the other day at Calgary at Rodeo Royal, and that's the first time he's been rode for quite a while.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you can brag on him any way you want to, and Kevin Gerlitz, along with some of the greatest producers in the world here in Canada, they do own some of the great bulls. But Cody, as a world champion, Canadian champion, you're the master. Let's ride and let's talk about one-on-one, one at a time.
Well, Derek Adams is an up-and-coming great young bull rider in Canada. You know, he was a rookie last year. Gets bucked down here before the whistle. You don't see that very often. That's a great young bull also.
Now, when we talk about bucked down, bucked off, fall off, throwed off, hooked, horned, and or basically delivered to the garbage disposal, how does this happen? As we say it and you see it, and this is a great shot, you can put yourself on that bull with this camera shot.
Well, you bet. This bull's turned back, and he was spinning to the left into Derek's hand, and he was having a little trouble catching up to him. When he finally got to the position he wanted to be at, the bull's smart, young bull, but getting awfully smart in his young age, just goes back to the right the other way and bucks him off.
That's the hard way to come down. As long as you can get to your feet, you're all right. Now, do remember, if you're watching this for the very first time, bullfighters, rodeo clowns, lifesavers will be in position. But we do not have any guarantee of where the bull's going to go or what he's going to do. Quinn Franklin's the man. Do it again, El Dorado.
Young up-and-comer Quinn. Oh, and this bull's real ranked tonight. I didn't expect that to happen. Quinn was 89 in the first round. This kid is somebody to really look out for.
Let me ask you a layman's question. This bull cut out and went to the right. When he turned back to the right and came away, doesn't he know that bull's going to do that? Can he get a right foot in him? Why can't he hang on to
Well,
him?
you just don't know what these bulls are going to do. El Dorado, a lot of the times, about 95% of the time, he's been spinning to the left into Quinn's hand, and that's what you want as a bull that spins into your hand. It's a lot easier to compensate and make your moves. Bull goes to the right, away from his hand, and it's too much for Quinn tonight.
That's why it's easier to talk about than it is have to do it. I think he quit at the right time. Cattleman's Q91 and Brian Chaussee.
Quebec Cowboy, come from out of north of Montreal. Real rank bull here, the bucking bull of the Canadian finals last year. Bull's real rank.
Now, as you watch these bulls, just remember, they're mass sired on the prairies someplace. They're big, they're white, they're black, they'll be pintos. There is no way in the world we can control the genetics. However, the only uncontrollable thing that you can master is learn how to ride them. The way we're watching it doesn't look too good right now.
Well, these bulls are awful rank. This bull right here is just, you know, how can a bull get any ranker than that? Kicks over his head, spins right in the gate. Real bad.
Well, in order to ride him, you've got to have it on your mind. And the next bull, he'll test you mentally. Let's find out what that opinion's all about.
This is my, really my third full year. I started riding 4 years ago, and this is my 4th year actually going down the road, but this is the biggest rodeo I've ever been to, so it's kind of exciting.
Well, I imagine you get asked a lot about your brother and how you went 2 different ways in 2 different sports.
Yeah, everybody seems to compare us, like how did I end up riding bulls when he's playing in the NHL, but you know, it's something I live with, and he comes out and watches me in the summer, and during the winter I try to get out and watch him.
Well, you got a pretty good future, too. Do you plan to go harder at it in future years?
Yeah, I got my PRCA permit across the line, and I'm going to be going down there most of the summer and fill my card and then come back up here to Canada and be riding back up here.
What kind of preparation do you put in it, mental or physical, just before the ride?
Well, usually I just try not to think about it. You know, if you, for myself, if I think about it too much, usually I throw myself off. But now I close my mind and just get on, and what happens, happens, and you just go with it.
That's easy. Easy to say, hard to do. I don't know if he made the right choice or not. Hockey looks tough, but whoa, boy.
This was a bull when he came here. I didn't know what he was going to do, but was real ranked the first night out here, and they said he'd been bucking real good all spring, and I'll tell you what, he lived up to his reputation right there.
I don't know if there's a bull in Canada that can spin any faster than this bull. What would happen if they put some jump in him? He'd throw you out of the area code.
Well, Matt, I think he wish he'd have stayed at the hockey rink right there, but I'll tell you this kid's an up-and-comer, got a lot of try, and he's really wanting to ride bulls.
Now, Darrell Church, when you think about the way he left here about 24 hours ago, how the guy could even come back, let alone come back to ride, it was an ambulance ride that Russ is going to talk about.
Darrell, take me back a night. What kind of damage did you do to yourself? What happened?
I don't know. I went to get off and I got hung up and they got me out of the bullfighters got me out, and I went to get up and I wasn't fast enough, and that bull must have caught me with his horn and threw me in the air. When I come down, I think I hit me head on the ground, and then that's all I remember, I think. And I think he ran me over too, I think.
But he didn't keep you out of it today.
No.
They didn't expect you to ride today.
Oh, too much money here to not ride, I think.
And you came back with a good one, too. You had to be pleased with the mark.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad, that one, was he? Yeah, I've never seen him before, but they said he's pretty good.
You got shot of some money. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
How could anybody be that passive after an ivory enema last night? Try him tonight. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't care how hard you can, how tough you are. When you hit that hard and take a hooking, Cody, it takes the juice out of you.
Well, Darrell drew a rank bull here, Bob. The talk with the bull riders, this is the rankest bull going in Canada this spring, and this diesel dust for a little old brindle bull, little nubby horns on him, is real rank here tonight.
Little old nubby horns on him. I'll tell you, those little nubby horns will hurt you worse than some of the big ones. They hit you right. Now, this kid's got the smile, he's got the style, raising Cane. That's what he wants to do for a living. But watch this.
Bull ridden one time last year, and look at this little bull. And Brad Link, this is our Tom Cruiser rodeo going right here. And, I didn't think that would happen. This kid's been riding real good all spring, but that won't even fizz him. He's just wanting to ride bulls and keep on going. He's having a good time.
2 a day, every day. The tougher they are, the better he likes them, and he just keeps a-smiling. There is no way to put yourself in the right position when the bull's got that much change. Out to the left, up in the air, duck back to the right. Pretty juicy little cat.
He is good for a little bull. He's real small, probably weighs 1,400 pounds. A lot of these other bulls weigh 1,900, 2,000, but just outspins Brad here. But yeah, he'll get by him next time.
Now, if you're watching this, remember there's more than upper body motion where your feet are, what the bull has done previous to what you have seen, and then you've got to ride him jump for jump. Trick or treat. Here is a nightmare to a lot of guys.
Well, this is like being tied to a truck. It's a great big bull, and Troy just too much bull for him here tonight. This bull's big and strong. He's, as I talked about earlier, his bull weighs about 1,900 pounds and gets ridden 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, now let's talk about the intimidation because of his track record and his buck-off ratio.
Bull's been to the national finals the last 3 or 4 years in a row, 2-time and reigning Canadian champion bucking bull. They just don't get any ranker than this. Size, strength, horns, he's got the full meal deal here.
One of the nice things about him is he doesn't want to come eat you when it's over. Now, he might if you're right in front of him, but if you're off to the side of the table, not in the main plate, at least he'll leave you alone.
That's the only good thing about him.
All right, time for the birds to fly. Richard's the man from Cutbank, Montana. This is a famous Indian family down in that country. We talk about all Indian rodeo competition. Here's a world champion. Do it to it.
Good little bull, spin to the right pretty much every time. Richard's going on with him. Go ahead, Richard. You can be our first bull ride, first guy to get the whistle tonight. I think he went down just before the whistle. I think got counting his money before he had it in his pocket.
Where you look is where you hit, and he did have a left-hand look out through there. We'll get a chance to look at it again in a couple of replays. Now, remember the upper body motion with the free hand, what you do at the point, the center point, or the sweet spot in the middle of that bull's back. Now here, having the bull go away from his hand, he's trying with his free arm to wave that right shoulder back over the center point of that bull. It looked like it worked pretty good, but he lost an outside foot.
Well, he should have kept that inside foot down in there a little bit better than that. You can see it popping out of him. It pops out of him right here, Bob, and he never really gets it back down into position. He's just going all on balance here. He's not really getting a hold good with his feet. If he'd have turned his right toe out, he'd have did a lot better.
You might as well stick your toes in your nose as good as it's going. These bulls are bad, Russell.
Bulls own it so far. Come on, Cowboys. We'll be back with more of Cody Snyder's Bullbustin.
I don't know if you'd call this fun or not, and I'm going to stay away from that list this time because the way you've set this third round, bad round, final round, last round pin, this could be the last ride a lot of these guys will ever make. You know, you can destroy some careers here, Snyder.
I'll tell you what, this Billy Jones right here, this guy can ride. He was 90 points last night. He's got a real rank bull, White Lightning of Kevin Gerlitz's. And Billy, I didn't expect him to get bucked off with that little bull tonight.
Well, I didn't expect it either, but I don't know what we say or how we're going to do it, but we couldn't talk him into riding one of these bulls if we turned the lights out. Now think about the genetic background of a lot of these bulls and what these producers are doing today to breed them. They breed them so they're bigger, quicker, better, faster, and at a younger age, they're much, much stronger. That's just one of 100 that'll do the same thing. Oh, by the way, that is not the recommended way of getting off a large farm animal.
Billy Jones, you know, he's won a lot of money in the last few years in my bull riding events, probably somewhere $15,000 to $20,000. Done real well. I was expecting him to get the whistle, but, you know, this ranked pen of bulls, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, all he's doing here is putting dirt in his pockets. No money tonight. And so far, we can't get anybody to ride one. But remember, they bought the tickets to come watch Blood and Guts, and that's what it's all about. You know, Russ Peake always wanted to be a bull rider, and he disguises himself sometimes in voice by actions, you know, just acting so nonchalant. But if I had an opportunity to stick him with a guy that could make him try, here's the two, Cody and Russ.
Cody, about as good a draw as you could get, do you think, for the final?
You bet. This bull, I've seen him be probably one of the rankest bulls going down the road right now, and I feel like I'm riding as good as I've ridden in the last 5 or 6 years, and heck, I drew the one to win first, and you know, the thing is, the guy just got to keep his head down and pay attention to what he's doing and try really hard, and it's all going to come out.
Any special mental preparation with a few minutes to go?
No, this bull, I've seen him a few times. He's got a couple of different trips in him, and I know he's going to be, he's going to really buck hard, and no matter what trip he has, when a guy rides him, he's going to win first on him. With this pen of bulls, you never know what's going to happen. There might be about 8 or 10 guys in the 90s, so this is exciting. I love this. This is what we ride bulls for right here, and you know, I just thank God for being able to do that.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
I love optimism, and even if you're a world champion, and Cody, you know that feeling, here's a fellow Cody right now. This guy's tough.
Rank bull, he's going to have to get around there, and bull gets him setting back on his pockets, you know, got his arm back behind his head, and bull was real rank. This bull right here could be the buckinest bull in the world, you know, on his day.
You know, you can say that pretty much about nearly every bull we've watched tonight. When you run world champion, Canadian champions, the best, this guy's a 15-year veteran. And I mean 2.5 jumps, twisted him in half and stuck him.
Bull's got a lot of kicks over his head every time. Bull will spin to the right, might spin to the left. Very unpredictable, and just a little too much for Cody tonight.
Somebody's bound to come along to snap one here in a minute, and if they do, the judges will let them make their own marks in the books. That's what it's all about. Again, an excellent audience. Cody, congratulations for the great shows you're producing, but these people are loving it. Now, you make the prediction. I'm betting on the guy. Somebody's going to ride one, and this is the man that'll break the ice.
Well, I hope somebody comes along quick, because this is our last one right here, but Troy Dunn, now this guy is the one. If you're going to pick somebody to ride one, it would be Troy. He's hot coming in here. He's won about $60,000 to $70,000 already this year riding bulls.
Wait a minute. This bull's got a 90% buck-off ratio.
He's got more than a 90%, probably 95, 96% buck-off ratio. Been ridden 2 times in the last 3 years. They were 87 points on him a few weeks ago. Owen Washburn, a national finalist. But Troy Dunn, this guy rides the unridables, and I'll guarantee you can look for a great ride.
Have you ever seen him sweat? Have you ever seen this guy sweat?
Troy, nothing fizzes him. It's, you know, it's the old laid-back Aussie attitude. Get on, stick your hand in your rope, and hang on and win first. And, you know, if you ride everything you get on, it's going to take care of itself, and that's his attitude, just ride his bulls.
Well, he split the finger. He's tying himself on to stay. This Aussie, I promise you, has got to try. Now, he's liable to spur him in the neck along with everything else. This is a kind of a guy that will insult a rodeo producer. Let's go.
Rank bull turning back to the right into Troy's hand. That's a big mistake for this bull. And look at this. This is a rank bull ride. You just don't see bull rides like this very often. Rides in this unbelievable, great bull ride.
Thank God, I'd hate to pay the ground money for $20,000. And look at him, he actually smiled. He
He's
shows
happy.
some emotion.
Look at that crowd, they're into it. I'll tell you what, people are loving it here tonight. That's a great 93 points. That's one of the better bull rides you'll ever see.
I was afraid we were going to have to go to break and say, well, we'll be back with something. I don't know what we do. You can't replay them and replay them if somebody doesn't ride. The Aussie comes alive with a 93. Total control, no problem.
Troy just sticks, unbelievable. Just a great bull ride. Ranked bulls, when you get this ranked pen of bulls, you got to have bull riders like Troy Dunn coming here that can ride these ranked bulls. And, you know, Troy Dunn, Cody Custer, world champions. It's just, you just don't see it any better than this.
Hey, Russ Peake, is this not a wow? How do you like it?
Last man gets it done. And we'll be back with the champion from Cody Snyder's Bullbustin.
Troy Dunn is an awesome dude, but these bulls have been phenomenal. For those of you that might have just watched this for the first time, never been to one of our Cody Snyder Bullbustin events, this is why you buy the tickets. Not how many guys can ride, but the degree of difficulty that the animals provide. Troy is phenomenal. And right now, here he comes. Russ Peake is here to find out what it's like to win it all.
Get about what you expected?
Yeah, he bucked fairly hard. He got around there and fairly big bull too. And I was lucky to get him twisted, I guess.
Any more pressure because it came down to you and you alone? You were the last man.
Nah, man, I couldn't afford to pressure up on these sort of bulls. It's sort of a money or mud type of situation. You got to put it all on the line, and if you don't, I guess you get driven hard.
Had you had the bull before?
No, I've never had him before. He's a real good bull.
Talked to anybody behind the chutes?
Yeah, some of my mates said, and Wes Sear, the old travelling mate, he said he really bucks. And I thought if he says a bull really bucks into your hand, well, I guess you better be bearing down.
You've tried them all, Canadian bulls, American, Australian, these as good as any?
These are some of the best bulls in the world up here, and they really bucked in that final.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Pretty good performance by both, I'd say.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a common joke among stock contractors. Nobody really wanted to draw Troy, eh? And I guess we got him.
That's right. He's something else, isn't he? I don't know. He sticks up there about as well as anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's comes to ride bulls. I mean, all them guys did, you know. There's a good set of bulls out tonight. Everybody's bulls bucked.
I'll tell you what, radio mate, take the money, take the trophy, take it all. For Cody Snyder, Russ Peake, this is Bob Tallman. What a night.
There's a lot of people I'd like to thank who were instrumental in making these events happen. Rhonda Snyder for all of her hard work and dedication in the advertising and promotions of these events. Without her help, we just couldn't do it. To the sponsors, been instrumental in helping these events work. Without them, these events would not happen. CFCN for their hard work and dedication in putting out the great product onto television for you people to see. And mostly to the fans, who without the fans, these events would not happen. We would like to see you next down the road at our next event in Winnipeg, October 5th at the Winnipeg Arena. In Calgary, October 25th and 26th at the Canadian Airlines Saddledome. We hope to see you there.